Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at some of the features that Blizzard is planning on implementing when it comes to crafting legendaries in patch 9.1. There is no denial that legendaries are impactful in our gameplay, and just like Legion, at some point we're expecting to be able to run whole 2 of them, and that'll transform the playstyles that we play in a variety of different ways. Certain classes have really exciting legendaries, and we can only imagine the combos that we might be able to play in the future raids and dungeons as a variety of different classes and specs. In patch 9.1, it looks like Blizzard is planning on making acquisition of legendaries even easier, whether you're a new player checking out patch 9.1 or if you're a returning player coming back after a hiatus. Are the steps that Blizzard has taken in patch 9.1 gonna be enough for players to be able to get back to the basics and get back with everybody else raiding the new raid and dungeon? Let's take a look at some of the information we have from patch 9.1. Patch 9.1 includes a lot of information, as well as things that we haven't been able to test so far. So none of these things are currently available on PTR, but hopefully will be in the next Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, whenever the update comes out for 9.1. But hopefully we'll be able to test out some of these new catch-up mechanisms that Blizzard is going to be including. Originally, they added in patch 9.1 data a new currency called kind of like Mega Soul Ash, or at least at the time it was called Mega Soul Ash. Soul Ash is a prime component needed from inside of Torghast in order to be able to craft your legendary. So a lot of us guess is going to be a way for you to gain just a bunch of Soul Ash so you can just make your max level legendary super quickly. And it looks like recently Blizzard on 9.1 even added an extra change to this Mega Soul Ash by actually calling it Soul Cinders. So they are going forward and are adding an actual catch-up mechanism, a raw source of power found only within the most dangerous layers of Torghast, used to fuel Runecover's chamber. So I guess it could just be some other random currency that used for something else, but it's almost everything but confirmed that yes, this is a catch-up mechanism. It also helps out that Blizzard did confirm that you will not need Soul Ash for other ranks of legendaries. Soul Ash right now is used to get legendaries to a rank 4. Which is the highest rank at 235 item level. However, for future legendaries, and we have confirmation, rank 5 Legos and rank 6 Legos will not need more Soul Ash. Instead, they'll be using a whole nother currency in general. So it's almost like Blizzard is trying to phase Soul Ash kind of out of the game. Then we have more information about the Cortheum, which was originally the name for this item that you could get inside of Corthea for doing weeklies as well as dailies. And that seems to be related towards professions. It looks like you'll be able to use professions to be able to craft Vestige of Origins, an item that will be used in the future to upgrade your Lego, which means for you as a player, if you want to upgrade your Lego to a higher rank in the next patch, you might just have to wait until enough of those are on the auction house, and then you just go to the auction house, buy a Vestige, and go upgrade your Lego. It might be as simple as that. And I like how they're utilizing the profession system instead of any other method in order to have profession makers just make it. We make our Legos as is, we get them all from the auction house, it's all pretty easy, seamless. And now you continue on that trend of, hey, let profession makers do it. It'll give people that make professions opportunity to make some money, and players that want to get it pretty easily have a very straightforward way of getting it. Afterwards, Ian did go to do an interview, and if we were to go chronologically, I'm expecting that next week or the week after that is when we'll be able to really test out some of the legendary stuff. Unless Blizzard has some sort of a delay, I expect that should be able to test all the catch-up mechanisms very, very soon. Probably around the same time that Torghast should be open. The first week of PTR, Torghast was closed. The second week it's open, but there's nothing there. So I'm guessing third week most likely we'll have actual events for us to do. It'll have maybe new layers, which Blizzard is going to be adding new layers of Torghast. Apparently you'll be able to do layers all the way up to layer 12. Now, I don't think Blizzard is expecting us to go farming layer 12s twice a week and then do that for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. No, because not a lot of people really like that. The Torghast experience right now of just getting a layer 8 done, then the second hallway for layer 8, wait until the next week, do that 5 times, now you have your max item level Lego. It was pretty good at the time, but it definitely has some flaws. So I'm guessing, and this is just a guess here, hypothetically, I'm thinking layer 12 will be pretty challenging, as it does suggest you need a 230 item level, which none of us can really get right now unless you're straight up raiding Mythic Denathrius, but in the next raid tier with the next seasonal gear, it'll be far easier. So what I'm trying to say with this is, I think what they're trying to do is they are maybe trying to make it like a Mage Tower-esque experience, where if you just dive into the most difficult hallway, layer 12 for example, on a, let's say, brand new character, you take your time, sweet time with Torghast, do it for 40 minutes, taking one mob at a time, but go meticulously about it, really respecting the adds, the mechanics, the bosses, the rares, the mini bosses, all that, really waiting for your cooldowns, really making it like a slow challenge, like a Dark Souls style experience, taking your sweet time with the whole thing. And at the very end, you fight the final boss, and you defeat it barely, narrowly, with only one life remaining before you get kicked out of Torghast, or whatever they're gonna do for that death system, because it looks like they're gonna be doing updates to it either way. But you finally get the boss down, and that's it. You defeated a very powerful boss. It was a long time, but it feels rewarding. Now you get all your mega soul ash reward, and there you go. You get to craft your at least rank 4 legendary. Wouldn't that be nice? To me personally, that would be a lot more enjoyable. It would be very similar to the Legion Mage Tower experience, where you're fighting these tough bosses and tough mechanics, and you got to do them in very specific ways, but the reward for it will be worth it. And you can kind of just do it one and done, got your soul ash, you're good to go. You don't have to farm Torghast for weeks. So hopefully they'll adopt similar systems, since they are adding a different currency. And so far from Torghast, that's the only place where you can get that soul ash currency. So Soul Cinders, the new currency they're adding, if that's how you acquire it, it's from harder layers, I think that would personally be awesome. I mean, Blizzard, and this is again not a Torghast video, they are committing more time into Torghast. They're even thinking of adding a score system, very similar to like when you PvP, you have a arena score in 2s, 3s, RBGs, and they're even adding a score system into Mythic Plus, kind of similar to Raid.io, but they're even going to add a score system into Torghast by the looks of it. So they are taking some serious consideration into this content, and are taking players' feedback in terms of, what if it was more competitive? What if you could see, like on a leaderboard somewhere in Torghast, who is the fastest runner, who did it the best, who got the most powerful abilities, who did the most damage inside of a Torghast run, who got the overpowered builds? It'd be kind of cool. So it looks like they are adding some sort of a scoring system where you go by quicker, you slay more tougher enemies, you go on a rampage, just blasting enemies from one to the next, to the next, to the next. There's so many different things that they're adding to it in terms of kind of how you can metric and measure player performance inside of it. And I think it's really genuinely cool. And if they're going to invest this much time into all this Torghast stuff, the score system, then I could totally imagine them, you know, kind of really going in on the whole, let's make Torghast a more challenging, Dark Souls-like, roguelike difficulty experience and reward players for it. I think it's totally not out of the realm of possibility. But the main key points to get from this video are the legendaries, and acquisition of them is going to be far easier in 9.1. We don't know exactly how it's going to be. Maybe by next week we'll have a more detailed video to show you guys exactly how we'll be able to get our legendary catch-ups in terms of the soul ash, or this mega soul ash acquisition, how Torghast is going to play into all of this. But it looks like Blizzard is taking steps in order to make things easier for a new player coming back to the game, and first time in Shadowlands, or a returning player who started in Shadowlands and has been waiting for patch 9.1. So all this stuff is very exciting and very cool, since legendaries are most likely going to continue being iterated on in future patches, and once we have 2 of them, it's going to be quite interesting to see what the gameplay is going to feel like. But until then, we'll just have to wait and see. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Let me know your thoughts about some of the stuff that Blizzard is doing for patch 9.1 and legendaries. Do you like the direction it's going or not really? Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.